Morning, VC. All right, so it's record store day. A little early this year, it seems. Maybe a week or so early. Great list. Was very impressed with the list. There were 19 titles that I wrote down when I started looking at this list, so I narrowed it down to 6. And I went over to Repo when he got the day he got the list, and I filled out what I want him to order for me. And he got all but one title that I want him to order. Unfortunately, it was my number one want, so I'm going to have to track it down. Maybe tomorrow I'll go to Lunchbox or something. Lunchbox is nuts right now. Or maybe later tonight when things calm down and see if he's got the Nathan Davis record. That's what I'm looking for. Original on Saba German press is very expensive. Ridiculous, in fact. So it was very nice to see a reissue done for that record. But I did narrow down my list down to six items, and I left with 6 items. I just got a different record instead of the Nathan Davis at Repo today. And John Digital Gramophone made it out. I got there very early just because I knew from his flip video that Jimmy did that I think 4 of the titles that I wanted only had 1 copy in, and one other one only had 2, and then one had 4 copies. And the one that had 4 copies, I figured I better get there early. And I was right. The guy right behind me bought the record also. So, and I beat the flipper there. There was a flipper. He showed up a little late. You know, one of those guys that gets 60 titles. You know he's going straight to eBay when he gets home. I only saw one flipper this time. But yeah, we'll show you what I picked up. I haven't opened these yet. I just got in the door, but I've already been to Bojangles. Already ate breakfast on the way home. You know, and making the video. So, this is what I replaced the Nathan Davis with. This is the Chrissy, Zebby, Tembo, and Ngozi family. I'm Not Made of Iron, released from Now Again, who does a lot of these Zamrock reissues. Great drummer, Paul Ngozi, of course, on guitar. Badass Zamrock from the 70s in Zambia, in Africa. If you like garage rock or heavy psychedelic rock, even, you might dig this. Yeah, just this stuff just jams. Yeah, Hendrix inspired, Rolling Stones inspired, you know, bands from Zambia. Paul Ngozi is a great guitarist and vocalist. Tommy Mwale is on bass. Chrissy, Zebby, Tembo on drums. And I only had one of his records. So happy to see Egon and Now Again put this out for Record Store Day. And Jimmy only had 2 copies of this. And yeah, Now Again's actually opened a new standalone shop in Los Angeles. They've always been dealing records out of Rap Cats that they kind of rent out a space and do like some of the DJ Shadow Collection drops, things like that. But now they have a full-time brick and mortar shop that's all theirs. So yeah, that's a cool one. I know Steve Carlson would be looking for that one. This is a band I saw open for Enya Nos by the Trail of Dead up in Carborough, North Carolina, at Cat's Cradle. And this was, I think, the album they were touring at the time. And this is the Sword Warp Riders. Jimmy only had 1 copy of this, and I grabbed it. This is good heavy stuff from Austin, Texas. Yeah, pressed in the Czech Republic, this reissue, so this really nice cover. That was a great show. And I didn't have any other stuff, so seeing this put out on RSD brought back memories of that gig, so that's why I wanted to pick that up. Next one, this is one, speaking of Steve Carlson, that he got me into this group recently, and Jimmy only had 1 copy of this, so I grabbed it. This is Dwarves, Sunshine, Lollipops, and Rainbows. And I'm not sure what the fuck's going on with this cover, but there's a goddamn midget covered in blood. One of the pictures of him has him dry fucking a skull, and the other has him maybe not doing something that should be done to a small dog. Yeah, that's quite something there. But some great punk stuff. Dwarves. This is the one they had 4 copies of. The Motorhead The Lost Tapes, Volume 6. This time we're live from where? Berlin in 1992. And I have all 5 of the previous volumes, so every time they put a volume of this out, I gotta get it. I love Motorhead. This has got Hellraiser on it. It's got Bad Religion on it. Killed by Death. Overkill. Ace of Spades. It closes with, this will be great, Lemmy and Crew. What do we got here? And then last but not least, he had 1 copy each of the Sun Ra titles, which is really why I wanted to get there early and make sure I got these. Modern Harmonic put out the Sun Ra Stray Voltage, so we grab that. This is a double LP, and it was fairly priced for a double. I mean, it's $40. So, and I don't even know what all is on this. We'll get into it later today. And I did also get the Nuit de la Fondation May, the show from France, the 1970 concerts in Saint Paul de Vinci in France, if I said that right. It's a 6 LP box. And I believe Strut Art Yard put this out. Originally released in, 1970? And I have the originals on Shandar, the 2 volumes. But this has a lot more of the show, from what I understand, than what's on those 2 volumes on Shandar. Yeah, so this was from August of 1970. So I did get the Sun Ra box. That was the big one on the day. And that is all I got. Noble's doing their crazy drop today. I'm not going up there. I am interested in a few records that he's got, especially the Moondog, but prices are going to be pretty steep on all those originals he's putting out, especially the Blue Notes. I'm just not feeling it. Sorry, Dylan. Maybe I'll come up there and see what has survived at a later date. But I hope everybody's well and had a good record store day. Was fun getting to talk to John, since he was in line not too far behind me. And yeah, have a great one today. Peace.